Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Today, we're talking about everything from Trump's trade war remedy to Demi Lovato's possible overdose, and even Google Docs' new feature. Those stories and many more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Wednesday, July 25th. You ready? Let's do this. The Trump administration is planning to give $12 billion to farmers. Why? The looming trade war. Remember, farmers, who are some of the president's most loyal supporters, have been hit hard by the president's decision to put tariffs on goods coming into the U.S. And other countries have decided to put tariffs on U.S. goods in retaliation, aka a trade war. Now, Bloomberg reports the Trump administration is giving farmers $12 billion in aid to deal with it. The money will include direct payments to farmers as well as food programs. The president is basically saying, hang in there. The tariffs are for a reason if you can be patient. But even some Republican lawmakers representing farmers are not happy with this plan. They say this seems more like welfare for farmers. They rather see an end to the trade war so it can go back to business as usual. We'll likely hear more about this plan later this week when President Trump travels to Iowa, which, by the way, is the #1 state in soybean production. Farmer signups are expected to start later this year. President Trump says North Korea has started to dissolve a, quote, key missile site. CNN says images of a satellite launching station show it shut down. Some analysts told the Washington Post this marks a crucial step in making good on the promise that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un made to President Trump in their meeting last month. But other experts say not so fast. North Korea could easily build more. President Trump tweeted he has faith Kim Jong-un will uphold the agreement to get rid of North Korea's nuclear weapons, so stay tuned. It turns out President Trump's former lawyer has more secret recordings. Reports say there are now at least 12 tapes of Michael Cohen's conversations, and the FBI got a hold of them. Remember, the New York Times found the details of one of those tapes, a conversation between Cohen and President Trump. The two talked about whether to pay a former Playboy model to stay quiet about an alleged affair. Well, ABC News now reports the other recordings aren't necessarily with the president, that many of Cohen's conversations are with members of the media. It's all part of the FBI's investigation into whether Cohen, Trump's former lawyer, broke campaign finance laws or took part in illegal lobbying or bank fraud. At this point, though, he has not been charged with a crime. The East Coast got a serious dose of rain this week, and the rain is apparently not over yet. NBC News reports severe downpours in mid-Atlantic and northeastern states caused at least 2 deaths, and a flash flood warning swept North Carolina to Pennsylvania. It's caused plenty of flight cancellations and delays as well. Western states, on the other hand, went through another day of extreme heat. Some areas of Phoenix dealt with temps as high as 115 degrees. A couple international stories to know about today. First, CNN called it the worst wildfires to hit Greece in more than a decade. The wildfires in Athens this week left at least 74 people dead and sent thousands of others scrambling to escape. Some even got into boats on the water. The New York Times says strong winds caused these fires, and they affected tourist areas, including some resorts and farms. Also in Laos, hundreds of people are missing because of a dam collapse and major flooding from it. NPR reports thousands of people tried to escape on boats and even rooftops. We don't know yet the full extent of this damage. And finally, cyclists at the Tour de France were accidentally hit with pepper spray. They had to temporarily stop the race altogether because of it. Police used pepper spray on farmers who were protesting by blocking the road, and apparently some of it made its way to the cyclists. The race is now back on. All right, other things people may be talking about today. Pop star Demi Lovato went to the hospital for a possible heroin overdose. Us Weekly reports the singer was given a drug that treats overdoses of narcotics. TMZ reports Lovato's family members are now saying she's, quote, awake and responsive. Lovato just released a new single last month called Sober, where she says she was sober for 6 years, but did recently relapse. Ivanka Trump's fashion line is shutting down. The Hill reports she plans to focus on her role in Washington instead. Ivanka Trump is now a senior White House advisor. The brand had already faced some backlash, though, ever since her dad became president. Department stores like Nordstrom stopped carrying her clothes and shoes. And the Washington Post reports the Canadian department store Hudson's Bay recently said it was getting rid of Ivanka Trump products as well. The stores blamed the line's performance. Ford is putting billions of dollars behind self-driving cars. At least $4 billion between now and 2023. TechCrunch reports some of the money will go to a Pittsburgh-based startup that's working on the self-driving cars. There are even plans to transform 1 million square feet in Detroit into a hub for Ford's electric and autonomous cars. If you have a new MacBook Pro computer, listen up. Apple wants to fix an overheating issue for 2018 models. The company says it found a bug that's causing the problem. Now Business Insider says an update is going out to all 2018 MacBook Pros. Reviewers and bloggers were the ones to first notice this issue. Google Docs is about to get grammar check. It doesn't have it as of now, but Mashable reports the new grammar check should be able to fix even fairly complicated grammar problems. It's rolling out to business accounts first. But Google says it has plans to bring grammar check to everyone's Google Docs soon after that. Have you heard of the Impossible Burger? The meat-like veggie burger from the company Impossible Foods? It's known to bleed like a real burger. Well, it's now officially FDA approved. The federal agency says, yep, it is safe. Digital Trends reports the company had voluntarily handed over some info to the FDA last year and then caused some controversy. At the time, the agency had said it didn't have enough info to call the veggie burger safe. Now, that's changed. The FDA says it's all good. And that's it for today. You are all caught up. And if you want to read more about any of the stories we talked about today, just head on over to thenewsworthy.com. Click episodes and find today's date. The Newsworthy is ready for you every weekday by 4 in the morning Eastern Time. So I'll be back with more news tomorrow. Have a great day.